So we have a contract in hand.
That's great.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Elmore, you are Vermont strong. I want to welcome all of Elmore to Elmore. I got to tell you, I am so inspired, starting with our 3rd and 4th graders who are doing something so important. They're putting themselves up here to help save this community. They're starting young, and they know how important a local post office is and a local store is to the whole community. I mean, what is more inspiring than seeing these Elmore kids out here for their parents, for their brothers and sisters, for the Elmore Store? And I got to tell you too, I mean, we all know this COVID is just going on and on and on. It's tough, but we've got to get through it, and we will. But what we have to do when we get through it is make sure we don't leave the Elmore Store behind. And to save how it doesn't help us if we lose our communities as we go through COVID. The whole point of getting through it is to protect ourselves, protect each other, but we have to protect those community institutions like our local store that are so important. And you know what? The federal government has responded, the state government has responded with substantial aid, and it's helped individuals and businesses. But you know what? We've got to help our institutions. And what is the big problem with making certain that the Postal Service unit, where there's 160 mailboxes, where Elmore neighbors come in to see Elmore neighbors every single day, and while they're here may get a cup of coffee to support the store and to interact and engage with each other and to help each other get through the challenges of the day and the challenges of the time. So really, we're going to have the Postal Service stop delivering here at the Elmore Country Store? That's not right, and it's not going to happen. And I'm here with a representative from Senator Leahy and Senator Sanders. The three of us, of course, when we heard from you, wrote to the Postal Service, and they're telling us they're not going to go. Let's hope that's true, because we're getting conflicting information. But they've got a problem if they think these 3rd and 4th grade kids are going to take no for an answer. So I hope all Vermont sees Elmore, because Elmore, you are Vermont strong. And Patrick and Bernie and I are going to do everything we can. But what we do is nothing compared to what you here in Elmore have done to stand up for one another and for living in a small town in Vermont where people deeply and profoundly care about each other. I want to recognize... Where's UC West? Right over here. All right, this is Dave is here, and Dave Yakimov. Serving their community for a long time and doing a great job. It's great you're out here. And Avram Papp can't be here, but he would be here, and he is here in spirit. Kate Gluckman and Mike Stanley, where are you? So we're going to hear from 3 other people. We're going to hear from Trevor Braun of the Elmore Community Trust. We're going to hear from Trevor and my good friend John Tracy from Senator Leahy's office. And we're going to hear from Haley Perro from Senator Sanders' office. But as I close, I want to say, just with sincerity, it's an extraordinary experience to be driving down this road looking through the fog of snow, and then see all of Elmore here on a warm and comfy day to make certain that this community stays together, led again by our 3rd and 4th graders. Trevor Braun. Thank you, Trevor.
You have been amazing in your support. I think that the day that we got in touch with your office and Senator Sanders and Senator Leahy, we heard back right away. You guys let us know that you'd formed a team to take on this issue with us. And I don't know who else could have made it work, but the whole entire Vermont delegation. It's been really terrific working with all of you guys. And all of you guys, thanks for coming out. Sorry it's so cold. I'll move things along, get you back inside. But I think a lot of people have been talking about how important it is to preserve the history of the town, and how this is really Elmore fighting against a change that's being forced on us. But it really feels like it's about a lot more than Elmore being resistant to change. I mean, stuff changes all the time. The past couple of years, there's been a lot of changes, and even the past month and couple of weeks, there's been a lot of changes. And we deal with that, and that's what we do. But I think what it's really been about is us recognizing the institutions in the community that bind us together and make us a community, and doing whatever it takes to protect those institutions. Because the store could go away, the post office could go away, we're still a community, and we stay together through thick and thin, and we do what it takes. So thanks everybody for doing everything you could. I have been talking with the gentleman, Albert Simmons, that everybody's been mailing, and I warned him, like, he's going to get a few letters, and he had no idea what he was looking for. He called me late last week and let me know that he'd already gotten hundreds of letters. And I think that's indicative of the fact that we only have 150 mailboxes here, but we have hundreds and hundreds of people mailing in to say we have to keep this institution in the community. So thanks again to everybody for coming out and for continuing to show your support for the store. Raising $400,000 in about 18 months to preserve the store is no small feat, especially for a small community like ours. And I think it really shows everybody here today how strongly we all feel about it.
Our friend Patrick Leahy.
Good morning. Senator Leahy said nobody ever complained about a short speech, so I will keep that in mind today. When all the officers got word of what was going on, the collective response was, what are they talking about? No way. I mean, between the Vermont officers and the DC officers, and all three officers communicating about, this is just too important in this community. And it shows you came together as a community because it does matter in Vermont. And on the other end, people listen. I mean, it's still a work in progress, but in a day and age where a lot of people say nobody listens to me, everybody yells and screams, we had a civil dialogue about what it means to the community. As a result, things are moving in the right direction. And we as a delegation will keep engaged going forward. So the biggest thing is thanks to the community for coming about. We'll continue to work with you, and just thanks for doing this.
Miss Haley from Bernie Sanders. Haley Farrell, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, folks, that Senator Sanders can't be here today, but I know he wants to thank Elmore residents and Congressman Welch for standing up and fighting for rural communities, specifically for speaking out about the importance of the role of the post office, which keeps the town vibrant and connected. Please know that he stands with you because he believes rural Vermont and the people there are part of what makes our state strong. To his mind, under the leadership of Postmaster DeJoy, the U.S. Postal Service is failing Vermonters. Every week, we hear from Vermonters who are going weeks without mail, without getting critical medications, and are getting charged late fees for bills. It's unacceptable. And to be clear, our postal employees and letter carriers are working a really difficult job under difficult circumstances. But to Bernie's mind, leadership at the Postal Service has got to change.
Yeah.
But let me turn to Elmore, which I know relies on its post office to keep residents connected. When the future of this location was in question, you stepped up and you spoke out. With help from the Elmore Community Trust, you told the delegation, who then told the U.S. Postal Service, just how vital your local post office is to your town. Along with the general store, it's where you come for daily essentials, but also for a sense of community. And we're pleased that the Postal Service listened and that the contract renewal process is moving forward. What this situation showed is why we must keep the U.S. Postal Service vibrant. In communities all across the country like Elmore, the people rely on local post offices. As a public good, the post office is a lifeline to places that private industry has often decided are just not worth serving. We have got to strengthen and expand the Postal Service, not cut services, and keep leadership that undermines it. Rural Vermont and rural America deserve better. So thank you for standing up and speaking out about the value of rural post offices. Bernie and the delegation will continue to fight in Washington for a robust and reliable postal service. Thank you.
Are they running the store? Come on over. Thank you.
Kate's here.
Thank you so much. You want to say anything our store owner here?
Sure. I'm so grateful for everyone who's come out and all the representatives, Representative Welch. We started at the store less than 3 weeks ago, and we moved back to Vermont from Mississippi less than a month ago. And so it's been a whirlwind, but what has been consistent and just downright amazing is the local support that we felt from the day that we stepped in the store. And she's not here right now, but I really want to thank Kathy Miller for showing us the way with this store, preserving this amazing tradition, being such a tremendous pillar of our community, and we have a lot for her to thank. And so, yeah, I just want to thank everyone, and we won't stop fighting until we have a contract in hand. And you can be sure that Mike and I are going to continue with all of the community traditions and building and preserving Elmore any way we can. So thank you so much, and we feel really fortunate to be here.
They came here for the climate.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for showing up. The support is overwhelming. Like Kate said so eloquently, we're always going to fight for the community. We're going to do what is needed. I'm a big believer that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and this ain't broke.
Thank you. I want to thank, on behalf of everyone who's here, thank you. This is really meaningful, and I'm telling you, all of us, are going to remember this day when the whole town turned out for our new wonderful store owners and for our store, but really for our community. And I want to end where I began with a heartfelt thank you and a request that we have a big Elmore cheer for our third and fourth graders.